Good morning, Internet. Thanks for pressing play. My name is Pastor Scott. This is What's Up Wednesday. I'm here in my backyard, which is honestly a little bit of a mess, but that's because we're getting ready for the Backyard Barbecue Bash this Sunday at 5 p.m. right here in our backyard. We're gonna have a good old block party right here at our place Sunday afternoon at 5 p.m. A couple things you need to know. Number one, we're gonna provide meat and some sort of grilled thing, and we'll have cutlery and paper plates, so you don't need to worry about any of that. But we do need some help and people bring in stuff. If your birthday is from January to April, bring a side dish. If your birthday is from May to August, bring a dessert. And if it's from September to December, bring some sort of beverage for other people to share. And let me show you something real quick. This is our house. You can park right here. You can park right there, there, all along through there, but don't park right here. Don't park right there. Don't park right there. In short, we just don't want to make our neighbors mad with lots of cars. We're going to be having these backyard barbecue bashes every other Sunday night all throughout the summer from now till when school starts at different people's homes. So every Sunday we're going to have those little pamphlets that say where it's going to be, the address, and all that business. It's always from 5 to 7. So on Sunday, we kind of had a family meeting, a time when on behalf of the leadership of Grace, able to communicate what the vision and what the future direction is of the church. Now, Grace Fellowship started as a dream to bring the gospel, to make it clear and accessible to the surrounding communities of Brunswick, Lovettsville, Point of Rocks, Jefferson, our surrounding area. We believe that as we do that, we're going to start to see growth. And if we're dreaming 5, 10, 20 years into the future, we want to grow not like an oak tree, but we want to grow like an orchard. And so that means from the very beginning, we need to be highly intentional about setting aside resources and planning from the beginning to multiply leaders and send people out on mission. Our dream is that 20 years from now, there's not just one church that's thriving, one faith community that's thriving, but we have several. We'd be planting churches in Leesburg or Charlestown. Now, that's not just something we say, it's something that we have actively taken action upon. So from the very beginning, our very first giving financial support for the church, we've set aside 5% of everything that's come in for church expansion, so that someday when we're ready for that step, we're able to say to that leader or those group of people that are ready to go out and plant another church or another campus, hey, we've got those costs covered. God has been so very faithful to us. As we started out the church plant, we were starting in kind of this defensive posture, not real sure if we're going to be able to cover our costs, but we've made huge strides in that area, and we're so thankful for those that have supported, how God has blessed through those people that have supported. And so we want to switch from this defensive posture to more of an offensive posture. And so we want to start investing in the future of the church in active ways. Now, some people have asked, hey, are we ever going to have our own facility, our own full-time facility? Well, I've dreamt that way, I've prayed that way, we're looking for those sorts of opportunities. But the reality is that's kind of a couple steps down the road. We want to be faithful where God has planted us at Brunswick Elementary for a couple of reasons. Number one, it helps us reach the community because we're actively in the school. Number two, it's something that's really affordable for us and allows us to save up money for future opportunities. So for those reasons, we feel like God's called us where we're at Brunswick Elementary School until we're at the place of growth where it would really be warranted for us to move to another facility. So we want to invest where we are, and one of the ways we're doing that is by purchasing a larger trailer. Our growth has been somewhat limited by the size of trailer that we're operating in. Everything we use has to be packed up into a 6x12 trailer, and that's kind of challenging. It's like shoving a bunch of stuff in a small closet. So the elders have approved, and we've purchased an 8.5x24 foot trailer. It gave us about 3 times the amount of space. Not only that, but we've bought professionally made carts to make the whole system just more efficient. That will hopefully allow us to be able to better shape our environment, make it more conducive for discipleship and worship at Brunswick Elementary School. I also wanted to invest in that because I believe our best resource is not our finances, but it's our people. And we have people that come in to help set up every single week and tear down. And one of the ways we can tell them that we value what they do is by getting the right kind of carts that aren't handmade by someone like me. So those will be coming in at the end of July, and we're super excited about that. We want to invite you to be on mission with us, and there's a couple ways that you can do that. First, pray for growth at Grace Fellowship Church. Second, be active in bringing people to our community. One of the great ways to do that is Sunday night at this backyard barbecue. People will come to that would never step foot in church. So just bring them and say, hey, we're going to have a good time together, having family-friendly fun together. Third, pray that God would send us leaders. We recognize that God works through leaders to accomplish His mission. And so as we look 5, 10, 20 years in the future of sending out additional campuses and churches, we want to set up residency programs to see that come to fruition. And lastly, thanks to those who help give and support Grace Fellowship Church financially. We don't pass a basket on Sunday morning. We don't plan to start doing that. So those who give faithfully at gracefellowship.church. They're joining with us on that mission and vision, and we want to invite you to be a part of that as well. We don't encourage anyone to tithe in that sense because it's not really a New Testament principle, but we do encourage people to be 3P givers: priority, percentage, progressive. So you make it your priority when you give. You pick a percentage that matters to your heart. That might be 0.5% or 5% or 10%. You know that amount is between you and God. And then finally, be someone who grows in your generosity over time. That's my prayer for my family, for my church body, for you as well. Thank you so much for how you pray for how you support Grace Fellowship. We love you guys. We'll see you on Sunday morning and here at the barbecue.